Recording? All right. Thank you everyone for hopping on to our Sunday night Thrive Life Zoom. We're super excited. I think this is our second or third week now. So we just really wanted to come together and talk a little bit about how to get your 1,000 PV by the 30th. Heather and some of her team were kind enough to hop on with us tonight. Some of her girls have already gotten it. So hopefully they're going to share with us exactly what they've done. And then we're just going to talk about, maybe a little bit of yesterday, and I'm just going to go ahead and hand it over to Kendra.
Hey guys. Okay, so we're so excited. I know that there's been a lot of things going on in many of the different groups about different ideas and tips about how to hit your 1,000 PV. So what is it that we're talking about? Why are we talking about this 1,000 PV? So let's just back it up really, really quick. Yesterday, obviously, I think every single one of you was on or caught nuggets of what is taking place right now. And that is the teleconference, basically, that we were able to hop onto yesterday. And through that, they announced, different updates and had so much amazing training. I hope you guys are able to check that out. I took so many notes, and I know Stacy's going to share a lot of those ahas, and anybody else that's on, we encourage you to share it as well. But at the very end, they dropped a bomb on us. And I want to really share about this because I think so many times we think that promo is out of reach, or that carrot that they just dangled is too far away for me to grab. Or, oh, that's only going to benefit people that are 40 or 80 or 200K. And that's just not the case. This is up for anybody, any rank, any level, no matter if you're brand new or if you've been in this business for 3 years. This is up for grabs for you to earn and for you to have an incredible May going forward. And so what they did is they set us up with the opportunity to create 1,000 PV personal volume between yesterday, which auto ship orders from yesterday did count towards that. So if you do see volume in there, guess what? That is from your auto ship orders from yesterday. And again, the company rewards us. They weren't going to dock us or ding us. I wanted to make sure that we seen it with our own 2 eyes before we made that announcement, but they're always on our side. They're like, good job, you had auto ship orders, we're going to let those count, and now you need to close that gap and come up with $1,000 worth of sales. That is between your personal orders as well as customer orders and customer referral orders. And what I want you guys to focus on is, sure, we could go and buy that volume ourselves, but that's not going to do us any good in May. What we want to do in May is to be setting ourselves up to not only be thriving for free, help a couple of customers thrive for free, but when we are digging into those customers and they're loving their products, guess what? That unlocks for us next month. In May, we get double compensation. So all of your fast start bonuses that you earn when you have a personally enrolled promoter come in and join you, and they buy a $200 pack, $400 pack, or an $800 pack, you earn a fast start bonus on that. That is money in your pocket for saying, let's get you started. I'm going to help hold your hand and pave the way alongside you. They're going to double those in May once you unlock this. Also, they're also going to double the residual income, the retail piece of our customer sales as well. And so instead of making 4%, you're going to make 8%. So May is going to be huge. They're not going to stop there. We've got new products coming out. We've got new incentives and different things coming out in May. So they're setting us up and saying, you know what? We know there's tough times right now. We know the economy is kind of all over the place, but we also know that health and wellness is not going anywhere. People are more focused on their health right now than they ever have been. And we're going to help set you up to make sure you and your family are taken care of, but you got to meet us halfway. And meeting them halfway is for you to go out and have those conversations. What does it look like, Kendra? How am I going to get this 1,000 PV? And I know that's so many of your questions that you're faced with right now. And, all I can tell you is look at yourself. Amber and I were having a conversation earlier, and she's like, Kendra, this is really hard. She's a frontline worker. Work has been crazy. She's stressed to the max. How can I even begin? I don't even know where to begin. And I think so many of us can relate to that because we're like, okay, well, maybe I haven't been having the conversations like I should, or haven't been posting as much because I'm trying to homeschool and work from home and do all these things. But here is where you can pick up those pieces. Think about what Thrive has done for you since this craziness has started. Has it helped calm your mood? Has it helped you juggle 3 to 5 different hats, spin different plates that are taking place right now? Has it helped you get your mornings jump started so that you can tackle the hard things first? Has it allowed you to start moving your body again like you've wanted to? Has it helped provide an income for you and your family so you can put food on the table during these times that you're not able to work? Whatever that looks like to you, I want you to get serious about that and write that down, because that is a blessing. And who else can you think of that could use a blessing like that in their life as well? Who else can use some extra energy? What moms do you know that are working from home with 3 different computer screens, trying to homeschool their kids? They're used to being out of the house 8 to 10 hours a day, and now they're stuck at home with all their kids and their husband, which is not a bad thing. But I'm telling you what, we're used to routine. We are used to our space. I don't run because I enjoy it. I run for my sanity. Okay. Let's just call the elephant in the room as it is. And I just want you guys to think about those blessings that have taken place in your life and just start those conversations. Obviously, we talk all the time about using your stories. I think all of the groups have amazing images in them that you can grab, different pictures. One thing I've been focusing on is Black Label, mood support, survival packs for moms. Kelly Hines was one of the first ones that really started hitting home with that. I mean, we've been doing it for a while, but it was just kind of an epiphany for me because we're all losing our shit from day to day. It just is what it is. There's days that are hard and there's days that are good. But if we can equip, some other ladies out there with some extra mood support and some extra energy, I think that is a win. And honestly, I've had 2 orders going in. They're both with just capsules and Black Labels because they want to focus on mood and energy. And I'm like, let's just start there. And I'm not going to overcomplicate it with the shake and stuff. And so those are some things to think about. And then also for those of you that have those ordering customers or free customer accounts, just shooting out a message, having that conversation. They don't know that we have maybe something for mood support, because all we talked about was weight loss or energy before. Just having those conversations with people, digging in to other customers, host to post ideas to where those customers, if you give them things to post, if you give them the things to say, the things to do, they will do it. But don't expect them to do it on their own. But if you have a customer that is interested in thriving for free, give them that verbiage. Give them what that post looks like. Give them that image and make sure that they tag you, and then it can come back around and you can, opens those doors to new people to have conversations with. That is Kayla Fox's Host to Post. It's a 15-minute YouTube video. It's posted in all the groups. So you'll be able to find that 15-minute. And if you subscribe to her emails, it's also there as well. But, I'm excited about this opportunity because it's an even playing field for every single person that we have on our team. And let's not forget, if you have someone that is interested in getting started, they want to partner with you, run with them to get their 1,000 PV, because it is going to unlock double compensation next month. Their fast start bonuses are going to be, doubled. The residual income piece is going to be doubled. And guess what? They're going to be on fire. And there is your next 12K. There's your next 40K, because they have gotten a taste of it when we are in momentum 1,000%. So Stace, I'm going to kick this back over to you because I know you had some ideas, and then I'd love to hear from Heather, her thoughts around this for sure.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm excited to hear from Heather and what her people are doing too. So I do have some different ideas, but I do want to just kind of touch on something that was talked about yesterday. And it's like, what seeds are you planting? Because if you believe that you can't get this, you won't. And if you believe you can, you will. I had a conversation with somebody today. She'll probably never watch this recording, but it's like, if you keep saying people don't have money, people can't afford this, well, then that's the kind of people that you're going to attract. Just being really honest, because in my experience, my PV this month is higher than it's been in a really long time, because I believe that people need this now more than ever, because I was a struggling single mommy, crying in bed, praying for an opportunity like this. And I know this is a time that people really, really need it. And I know this is a time that people really, really need mood support too. So I talk about mood support pretty much every single day in my stories. And I make a joke out of it too. Like, here's my quarantine survival guide, my wine and my black label, and add some puzzles in there, whatever it keeps you sane. But one of the things I just thought of before we got on is I'm going to reach out to my people that are running an auto ship on the 5th anyways. They're already going to run it on the 5th. What if they place an order on the 30th instead and I pay for their shipping? So that's one of the ideas that I have. But I also loved yesterday, someone had said, go in and look at all your free customer accounts and times that by 150. And I was like, 200K, here I come, I guess. So I'm going to go back through all my free customer accounts and reach out to them, because if they were interested at one point, they could be interested now. That $1,000, when you divide it by 150, isn't really a lot when I'm looking at how many free customer accounts I have in my back office. So, and I loved that idea of asking your friends and your customers for referrals. Like, we always tell people, like, oh, you can thrive for free with 2 referrals, but what does that mean? Nobody knows what that means. And I love that someone pointed that out too. Like, they don't know what that means. And I feel like it's going to be so much easier to just kind of switch up that verbiage a little bit and reach out to them and say, like, do you know anyone else that could use some extra energy or mood support right now, or could use some extra money from home? And keep that verbiage, you know, super simple and just me. And I'm going to get in my voice messenger. I always do that because I want people to hear my passion and excitement, and that I'm coming from, you know, a place of love. But I've already made the decision that I'm going to earn it. So you know damn well I'm going to. The very first time I decided I was going to earn double, triple fast starts, I did. And I remember telling Kendra and Jerica, I'm earning this. Dang it, I'm going to earn it. And there's never been another time after that that I didn't. Because I put that in my mind. Your mind is your most powerful tool that you have. So if you decide, you know what, I need those double commissions, I am doing this, you're going to do it. And now I really have to, because I just told y'all I'm going to. But I've never not earned double and triple fast start bonuses after that first time, because once you believe that you can do it one time, you're going to do it every single time. It's like the first person that ran the 4-minute mile. How many people did it after that? It was a ton of people, but no one had ever done it. They were saying scientifically and medically and whatever, it's impossible. But when one person did it, tons and tons of other people did it. So when you do it one time and you have that belief in yourself, you're going to do it every single time after that. Have some notes written down. Yeah, and I'm excited to see what this is going to do to set us up for May, June, and July. But I'm definitely going to be reaching back out to anyone that's ever had a mini, and, you know, just really kind of reminding myself that every 6 months people have a life change. And it's really crazy, because I was a little scared in the beginning of all this too. Like, maybe people aren't going to be spending money, but people are like, how much is it? Because I am going crazy in this house with these kids, or my husband, or, you know, and now I'm working from home and schooling my children, and, you know, all the things. Like, I need this now more than ever. And so, yeah, I'm just going to be following up as fast as my little fingers will type, and digging into all of the free customer accounts, really digging into all of my inactive customer and promoter accounts and their referrals. And like I said, like, I'm going to earn this, like, whatever, it's just going to happen. I think when you make your mind up, it just, you speak that into the universe, and then you start taking action, and that's crazy. And there's been times in the past where I've done this, and the people I reached out to that didn't, you know, want what I had, other people were messaging me. It's just like that law of attraction, where you just start taking action and it happens. But I feel like now I'm kind of rambling on, but those are just my ideas. I'm super excited, and I am really excited to hear from Heather and what her team is doing, since they have actually already earned it. So I'm going to mute myself.
Okay, I think I unmuted myself. Can you hear me? Okay, cool. So I don't know if my girls hopped on, because it's too many Zooms. People are like, where do I go? What do I do? But nevertheless, I'm halfway there. So I think I can share some of my tips. And just, you know, when you were talking, Stacy, and when Kendra was talking, just things even for myself. Like, I think people think, okay, you're at the top of the company, this must come easy to you. Well, I'm going to give you a really big eye-opening thing. It doesn't. Like, we have to work just like you do. I have to get in Messenger and have conversations with people. I have to put that positivity out too in order to get what I really want. And I love yesterday when they said, get mad. Like, make a damn decision right now that this is what you're doing. You have 5 days from right now to live in Messenger. Don't fret about what your Facebook looks like. Don't fret about making the perfect post. Throw some awesome before and afters in your Facebook story, in your Instagram. Make some polls, ask questions, generate conversation. But I will tell you, I have earned, since I've been in network marketing, gosh, I don't even know, you guys, over $250,000 just in bonuses alone. Oh, you know, over the time of being in network marketing. I can tell you how I did that. I put my head down and I talked to people. I was in Messenger and I was getting busy. There was no worrying about the small details. So I love another thing they said yesterday, your free accounts are like franchises. So are you going to open up that franchise? Are you going to just let it sit there? Are you going to do something with it? Are you literally going to just, you know, so what if somebody doesn't message you back? Like Stacy said, if you have, let's say you have 350 free customer accounts. Now, even if you reached out to a fourth of those or a third of those, that's a lot of people that you're going to be having conversations with. And maybe all of those people aren't going to bite right now. You need 1,000 PV, right? So what that's going to do though, coming into May, June, and July, which is our biggest time, is going to reopen up those conversations that maybe you never completed full circle. And I will be the first to tell you, I have sent minis out and I haven't followed up. I have signed a customer up and I haven't followed up. I have signed a free account up. I'm guilty of it as much as everybody else is, because life gets busy and you get distracted and there's a million things going on. But when that happens, I don't just forget about them forever. I just make my circle back around them and say, hey girl, I am so sorry that I have not touched base with you in a while. But I want to share this with you. And I talk about what I want to share with them. So for right now, it's like, you know, this quarantine is not like anything any of us has experienced. And I know we all feel the same way. Is like, I need mood support so bad. I need energy right now. I need somebody to help me stay sane. And trust me when I say people have money. So if you are in the mindset right now that nobody can afford this, listen, you guys, I have seen women buy bouncy houses for their kids to go in the backyard because they need their kids to get out of their dang hair. Moms need all the help they can get. I've seen moms buy cases of wine online. I just saw a post before I got in here that said, oh my God, like, how do you guys keep track of all the packages you're buying? That just goes to show you, I can tell you right now, I've spent more money online doing online shopping than I ever do because I'm at home. I'm staring at my four walls going, oh, you know, that reminds me, I need a new carpet for the bathroom. Oh, that reminds me, I need to do this. I mean, I think everybody is in the space right now of probably spending money more than they normally do during this season because we're stuck. So why not give them something to give themselves, right? Because you know how we are as wives and moms, it's like, let's buy for everybody else. Let's do. So I think if you're having those conversations about, this has been such a different time for us, you know, and having those general conversations, but those real connections, and just saying, I don't know how I would be doing this without the Thrive experience. I know when I talk to people, I'm just genuine and I'm me, and I voice message people and I just say, you know, I struggle with anxiety. I struggle with the lack of energy. It's why I started Thriving almost 4 years ago. So those are the conversations I'm having right now. And a couple words that I wrote down before getting on the Zoom was customize and budget. Maybe you're not going to sell somebody the whole $150 Thrive experience right now, and that's okay. Get them on the Black Label at $64. Get them on the capsules at $60. Have the conversation of, where is your budget? I have had a lot of people message me today just from my Facebook story. Thank you, Kendra, for sharing that with me today. And it was just, you know, one girl's like, I love the sample you gave me, but I don't think I can afford the whole thing. I'm like, you know, where are you at with your budget? I'm having those conversations. When they tell me, I say, great, I'm going to meet you there. We're going to get you set up and we're going to get you started on whatever that budget looks like for you. So she just wanted to know how much the Black Label was. I was like, it's $64. I'll throw a little bit of credits her way just to take that down a little bit. But we have the solution for people. And your next 5 days, starting right now, after you get off this Zoom tonight, is just focused. Write one column of here's my free accounts, people that have never ordered from me. Here are my customer accounts and people that have ordered from me. Start from the most recent down to the late. And you can customize, go into your cloud office and customize your reports so you can see who is your last ordering customer from the most recent date going down. I love that Stacy said, go to those customers who are running an auto ship on the 5th and say, hey girl, I have an awesome incentive right now. I just wanted to, touch base with you. I know you've got that auto ship set up for the 5th. I would love to be able to pick up your shipping if you go ahead and place that order before the end of the month. It's just speaking to people. I think people get all bogged down, but so much details of left, right, and up and down, and they just become this tornado of like, what do I do? And have no production in our activity. So your production in your activity is have conversations, create your list, figure out where those needs of those people are and meet them at those needs. I can guarantee if you work with that focus and intention for the next 5 days, you're going to hit that 1,000 plus some. Plus you're setting yourself up to have continued conversations into the next several months with people that maybe you dropped the ball on, because we all do. We're all guilty of it. Nobody's perfect. I'm not in perfect connection or contact with every single sampler I've ever sent a sample to, every customer I've ever signed up. But this is a perfect opportunity. And I don't think there's a bad time to message people right now. You know how before we were like, Sunday nights are the best to message people, or Friday afternoons when people are getting paid. Listen, people are at home 24/7 now. Every time is a great time to send a message. So yeah, I see Shannon hopped on. Shannon, if you have anything you want to add with kind of what you're doing, how you are working toward this 1,000 PV, we would love to hear from you too, honey. I know she has a bee problem right now.
I have a gigantic Africanized bee colony in my chimney right now. I'm basically just doing the same thing. I've been sending out samples like crazy. So I'm definitely following up with all of those samplers and offering them, the maximum amount of credits that I have that I can offer in order for it to count. So that's exactly what I've been doing. And then I've also been reaching out with some of my old thrivers that stopped thriving, and I've offered them the same discount to get going, because typically, right, figure 20% off. So $30 off the Thrive Experience, $150. So that's what I'm offering. And I'm just getting my next order right now. As a matter of fact, I was just talking to her. I was just getting ready to send her credits. So that should put me at the 600 mark. So I'm just doing the same thing that you're doing. I loved that Get Mad. That was like an eye opener for me. I was like, what? Yes, make a damn decision. And that's kind of, where I felt I've been a little bit wishy-washy, in the past. And I'm not letting this slip by. I mean, I'm just not. I'm going to make it. I'm going to do it one way or the other. And that's the decision that I made. And so once you have that mindset, you talk to people differently. The inflection in your voice is different. Your purpose, I guess that's what I want to say. The air about you is just different. So once you make that decision and you decide that this is what you're going to do, it's just different. I don't know how to explain it, but that's kind of where I went. And I just started getting orders and talking to people, and I'm going to keep doing that. And I hope that I can make it tonight. So yay.
Oh my God, thank you so much. That's so exciting. And I just love hearing from so many different people that are just doing the do right now in the trenches. Who is working their fingers to the bone? Emily, I know you are right now. So many of you are just in the trenches. Does anybody want to share what they're doing right now? What's worked for them? Maybe some verbiage. Go ahead and unmute yourself. And if you don't want to share, that's okay too. I know so many people are. Just unmute yourself and holler so it switches back to you if you want to share anything. But you guys, I think that little things like this, we can either overthink it and feel like we're so far away, or we can just be bold. Do it scared. You guys, you're scared to hit that send button. So am I half the time. I get all sweaty palms. I get sweaty palms when people I know comment on my story but I think it was probably an accident of who it was because it happens multiple times, but I'm still sending that message. I'm still sending that message, and I thank them when they tell me their kid did it, because I know damn well their kid did not have their phone, but that's the excuse they use. But I'm like, hey, thank you so much just for letting me know. I appreciate that. So they're not scared to talk to me finally when they're ready, because I know it's just a matter of time, right? And so anyways, I'm just fired up. But you know what? Yesterday was full of so many amazing golden nuggets and just little things. And every time we have these Zooms or trainings or whatever it is, there's always that nugget. There's always that piece of information that just clicks for you. And Stacy, I would love for you to share a few other things, because you had so many good ahas and notes from that. I'm going to kick it back over to you, girl.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I feel like I shared most of them. I was trying to keep it relevant to like the 1,000 PB thing. But one of the things that for whatever reason really clicked in my brain was when Drew said, you guys, at the end of the day, this is a contact sport. And I don't know why for me that was such a huge, like my head was like, because when you think about each person, you're touching them. And it's like, I love that Heather, every time she comes on with us, and maybe she does this a lot in her meetings too, she always talks about how when she promoted or earned big bonuses, it was in Messenger. And I thank you for reminding us of that, because it's like, I even do that too. I'm like, oh, did I post enough personal and business and my stories? Am I mixing it up enough? Did I post enough today? And it's like, I look back to when I was in a very desperate situation that I needed to get out of. And I was like, I don't care what it takes. I got to get to the next level so I can get out of this terrible relationship. And that's all I was doing was messaging. And I didn't care who was saying no. I bet I messaged Nicole 12 times. I was like, girl, I know you need this. Girl, I know you need this. Like, I did not care. I was messaging everybody, and it was coming from a place of love, because I was so fresh. And I knew, when you first start out, you still have that fresh, like, passion, and you know how much it's changing your life. You just want to change everybody's life. And I love the reminder of like, well, stop taking it for a day.
Earbuds.
You'll be back in that with everybody, because you don't want to go without. Were you going to say something? Sorry. Or you're just agreeing with me. All right. But yeah, I loved that. At the end of the day, this is a contact sport. Like, who are we touching? And just so many more reminders now more than ever to really kind of get in Messenger. It's something that I do know, but I will be honest, it's probably the last thing I do, because I'm so worried about my stories and my posts. And I'm going to switch that around, because I know that's what I'm going to need to do to close out this 1,000 PB. And it's fun to have those conversations too. That's how we build relationships and have all become, close as a team, as those conversations we have, with each other in Messenger. And so I'm excited for that. I loved the Thomas Edison reminder, and I don't remember if it was Jason or Paul, but just saying like that effort plus action. Like Thomas Edison tried over 1,000 times before was it 1,000 times? I don't even know. That's what I wrote down. Before he got the light bulb right. And so it's like, that was a good reminder for me too. Like, yeah, maybe I'll message 1,000 people, and it may take 1,000 to get 100 or whatever. I don't know where I'm going with this, but I liked that analogy. And I don't know if this all blew your mind, but when Jason was saying, and I don't know if y'all have been in other network marketing companies or watch them or whatever, but they come and go and they fizzle out. And when Jason had said, think about where you're going to be with this company 30 years from now, 40 years from now, 50 years from now, I was like, dang, I could be in this company for the rest of my life, and I could be the pioneer that worked my ass off for 5 years and a kabillionaire 30, 40, 50 years from now. That was just really huge for me. And I think I shared all of my ahas. And if it's okay with you, I kind of would like to open it up to everybody else like we did last Sunday. I think it's so fun hearing and learning from everyone else too. So I'm just going to mute myself. And if you guys could just share, like, and you don't have to if this makes you pit out and you start hyperventilating, but if you want to share an aha from yesterday, we would love to like hear from everybody. We love coming together and having this sense of community and just loving and supporting each other unconditionally. And so if you have something you want to share, please do. Or do you want me to just like start, should I call on people? that box last Sunday. All right, I'm gonna start with Ashley because I know she won't get mad at me. And if she says like, I think someone just tapped on that. I might have to mute though. But Ashley,
You're talking me, Ashley, right? I was cutting out.
someone just hopped on and isn't muted. I can't see.
I got it, honey. It was
Okay.
Ashley Cassidy. She got on and she wasn't muted. Got her.
I assume, Stacy, you were talking me, Ashley. I see. Okay. The thing that really stuck with me, and I don't know exactly if it was something that they said or if it was just something that kind of like clicked in my head, but it was, you can hop on every single Zoom. You can take pages and pages of notes, but if you're not implementing what you learn and doing the work, like what good is it doing you? You're not doing anybody any favors. And like I have this notebook, like all of this is from maybe whenever we did the first 200K swaps. I want to say it was like October maybe. And I am a note taker, but I'm so bad at like going back and looking at my notes. I write down every single thing, but if I'm not going and reviewing and soaking it all in, like what good is it doing? It's literally doing nothing. It's not helping me. It's not helping my business. It's not helping the people that I'm trying to help because I'm not doing what I need to be doing. So that's kind of something that like really, really stuck with me after the whole thing. I mean, I know there was a lot, but like that's what really stuck with me. So that's mine.
Thank you for sharing that. I feel like I've definitely been in that space before too. It's easy to get into that because you want to learn from all these other, amazing leaders. And after a while, you kind of start to realize like, oh, no one's going to give me the secret little clue that's just going to blow my business up. I just have to get to work. But it took me, years to figure that out. So good for you. I'm like, I don't know why my business isn't growing. I'm getting on every dang Zoom. Well, are you doing it? Well, I don't have time, whatever my excuse was, So thank you for sharing that. Does anyone else want to share an aha from yesterday? Emily?
I'll do it. I know we talk about all the time with follow-ups and how many it takes to actually get that yes, but I don't know why, just the way he said it. And I know Brittany will tell you, I've bugged her over and over again, like, hey, I know we talked about this. I got this going on. I just wanted to let you know. And that 5 to 12 is definitely true. Like I went back yesterday as soon as we got out off the GOAT thing, and I went through everybody that I have talked to over and over again, and I finally got one. And it was at least the 6th time I've talked to her about it, easily.
Yeah, that's a huge one. And they say a lot of people give up on after the second time of crickets or no. I don't know if it's a second time, but obviously somewhere between 1 and 4 times. If 5 to 12 is that magic number. And for it to be 80% of sales are closed between that 5 and 12, I feel so often even me personally, I'm like, why did that person even reach out to me if they're not ready to buy? Why would you reach out to me? But that's just the way it is. You're not going to get that sale on the first contact always. I feel like I just saw someone else unmute themselves. Angela, did you want to share an aha? Maybe?
I did. So I took a lot of notes and I got a lot of really great ideas, and aha moments for myself. But Team Capsule, I think, is where I gained the most knowledge that's going to benefit me. And one thing that stood out the most to me, especially right now when I am struggling, I'm getting lots of no's. I'm getting lots of, oh, I really want this. I'm ready to order. And then they disappear. And then they come back and then they disappear. And I'm still working and trying to balance working and trying to balance this business, it's frustrating. So the one thing I got from this that just stuck so well is no means just not right now. It doesn't mean a definite no. It tells me just keep trying. I'll eventually I just maybe not right now, but I will. So that is now my new key phrase. When I hear no, instead of shutting down and just saying, okay, walking away, I can go, okay, another time. And they'll come back to me.
Yeah, 100%. That changed my business too the first time that I heard that. I will tell you, I've had people flat out tell me no, I'm allergic, or no, whatever their excuse was. And then they reach back out to me later, and I'm like, what? Where, like, so it definitely is true. And I just want to touch on Team Capsules really quick. Like, how freaking bomb is it that the first 2 people that started our training are our leaders that we get to learn from every single day? I was like, we are part of like the best team to be able to, get on Kayla's like meetings Monday through emails, and to be a part of Lisa's team, I felt like was super flattering. It was really cool to see that. Does anyone else want to share? I see Heidi is on. Heidi, would you like to share?
Sure. So one of the things that really stuck out to me was when, I don't remember who said it. I have so many pages of notes that I don't remember who said anything, but don't post and hope that you have to follow up. And I know that that's something that we've already talked about, but how following up is important, and like not always necessarily waiting, but like every 3 to 4 days, if you have someone that's interested, to follow up with them. And another thing was to be you and to intertwine your normal life with Thrive and show that. And I try to do that, and there's a lot more that I could do. And then just be excited about it. And then also treat it like a business. Those were like the big things that stuck out to me.
Yeah, those are all awesome. Same. It's like, I remember, for the longest time, I would just like work my business here or there, not necessarily in this company, but in the last one. And I didn't understand like why I wasn't making, enough money to stay home with my son. And I remember hearing that saying, like, if you want to get paid like a business, you got to work like a business. And I'm like, okay. So when I came over here, that was like a commitment I definitely had made to myself. But yeah, I love the post and hope too. And when, I forget what her name is because I set those notes aside. I have my other notes for this. I forget what her name is, but she was talking about like, don't change your tone between your personal posts and your business posts, like maintain that same tone and excitement. Ashley said she's got another aha she wants to share.
I do. And with what you guys just said, with the balancing, like keeping the same tone, that was something that clicked with me also. And I made sure to I did a live today, and I made sure to like transfer that over. And it was completely different. And I loved it so much. Instead of, oh, hey, so this is a product, this is why you should buy it, reach out to me, not in those words, but it was more, hey, this is something that I'm going to try. If you guys want to try it too, if you want some information, just let me know and I'll get you the information. Like, it was more casual. So that does make a difference. But the one that I was going to say, so I think his name was Rodney. I think that I have so many notes from him. Like, he was just incredible. And this note is like super massive, highlighted in my book. You have to make the decision to be successful. You have to go from believing to knowing. Like, you can say, oh, I think I'm going to be successful, or I want to be successful. No, I will be successful. I am successful. You have to make the decision right now, make a decision, get mad. You have to fully believe 100%. You have to become what you want. You can't just say that you want it. You can't just say, this is what I will do. No, you have to do it now. You have to become what you want in order for it to happen. You have to completely become everything that you want in order for it to happen, to make it happen. Like, and I know that somebody said get mad before, but I guess that's just kind of like elaborating. That was something that really, really, really stuck that I loved.
I think I think he stuck with everybody. I mean, what an amazing underdog story to be like living in your car and living in your apartment. And like, I'm never going to tell anyone to like, don't talk to your mom for 6 months. But I like cried when he said that because that had to be so hard for him to have to, even though it was his mom, cut off that negativity so that he could focus on what he knew was his vision and purpose. Like I think I was in the kitchen cooking something for Murphy and I'm like crying. I got like paper towel. I don't know. He was really, really good. Do we know if that was recorded? I'd like to go back and like chunk it down into hour at a time and watch it.
Well, I think it was, but it hasn't been uploaded to YouTube yet. And I don't know about the other Zooms that took place. And so I believe Amber Mainquest was asking about that, but I have not heard any of the updates yet. But we'll get that out to you guys as soon as we have that for sure.
Okay, cool. Yeah, maybe they'll chunk it down like they have before with conference and make it into little bite-sized piece clips on YouTube or something. Does anyone else want to share? I feel bad that I keep going like, hey, do you want?
Well, I know Katie just hopped on, and Katie was on the training too. And Katie, I'm not going to put you on the spot. If you can't talk, that's okay. We're just sharing some different ahas, and or if you have a tip for your 1000 PV, different things that are working, or something that really stuck out to you yesterday. So feel free to share if you want to. If not, that's okay too. Just give me the.
Hey, yeah, I've been on. I just like turned my video off so everybody doesn't have to watch me like do cat care as I'm listening to everybody. But then I could turn my video back on. Yeah, I had a ton of ahas. A lot of the same ones that you guys have already said, you know, the 1,000 times. And for me, I feel like that stuck out differently. So, you know, I've been doing this for a while, you know, and sometimes I'm just like, well, I've already talked to everybody. And then I listened to the training yesterday and I literally sat there for a minute and was like, why am I in this terrible, stupid mindset that like I've talked to everybody? Like I build my business every day. Like I never stopped building my Facebook. I never stopped meeting new people. It's the total opposite. Like with the two other things that I do, including the stuff with all the animals, I meet a ton of people, like, you know, and, you know, for me, I just kind of like I don't know. I think it was everything that everybody said that I just needed to hear that light bulb moment of like, there's a ton of new people that I am friends with on Facebook. There's, you know, a ton of people from the school that I work at and stuff. And like, why haven't I? It even made me think like before we were out of school, I had a ton of people at the school that were asking me like, hey, what's that sticker you wear? You know, and literally I was like, oh, it gives me energy and stuff. And they were like, oh, that's why you're always so happy. Like, and I was like, you know, so just those really simple things like that of like, I was like, oh yeah, I'll get you some information. And then I didn't, just being honest, like feeling that failure within myself of like, they asked for it and I didn't give it to them, you know, and it just has kind of totally slipped my mind. And then like sitting down yesterday and making, like actually doing the work, making the list of who has even, you know, asked me or said things like, yo, you're such a peppy person and stuff, you know, I love it. You know, why not send them that message and be like, hey, you know what? It just really made my day when you said that to me. And I'd love to share with you like this little simple secret that I have that I don't want it to be a secret. Like I want you to feel peppy and stuff just like I am. This is what helps me. So that was kind of my takeaway from it yesterday was just, you know, yeah, I need to reach back out to people.
I think we can all relate to that. I'm literally just writing notes down right now in my 5-star notebook of people that are coming through right now responding to my messages because it's about that time. It's 9:45. Their kids are going to bed. They're checking their Instagram messages. And so it's different waves in this business, right? And I didn't realize you were iPhone, so I apologize. I did see that you were on. I'm like, because I just seen your face. I'm like, oh, Katie's here. I just want to add something really, really quick because it kind of pertains to a little bit of that as well, is you can either be in-person exposure or social media can be your exposure, but your voice is the closer. And when they said that, I was just like, yes. So you're going to post and share and drip, but your voice, you are the one that is going to seal the deal. There are thousands of Thrivers that they could go, get their products from or whatever, but you are the one that's going to close that. And 84% of people buy because of a video. 84% of people buy because of a video. And that was huge to me. And so, maybe making little nuggets. Stacy has been doing videos in her stories for probably 10 years now. She's been ahead of the curve forever. Just doing those little videos, but 84% of people buy because of videos. And you guys, I did a little poll the other day because I finally bit on one of the Facebook ads. It was a Billy razor. It was $9, not a big deal, but I commented and I was like, all right, I succumbed to the Billy. What dumb things have you guys bought? And it was just flooded. I think there was like 80 some comments of people buying dumb shit on Facebook. Guess what? They're buying stuff because they need retail therapy. Let's help them feel better while they're doing their retail therapy. Okay. Does anybody else have anything that they want to add?
I just want to shout out Ashley Cassidy. She's like more than halfway to the 1,000 PB. And I know you haven't been on a Zoom before. I think you were struggling a little bit, but I think Kendra helped you hop on. But if you'd like to share anything from yesterday, and it's like your first Zoom I've seen you on, I'm so excited for you.
Hi. Yeah. Let's see. I got my notes here. There's too many good ones, but I think that one of my favorites was definitely the if you treat it like a hobby, then you'll get a hobby paycheck. And if you treat it like a business, then you'll get a business paycheck. And I think that just kind of hit home because I noticed that I'm that person. Like I'm the seasonal Thrive business owner, and that was just nice to kind of like be thrown back into my face. Be like, you have to treat it like an actual business. You can't just close your business for life. We all have life going on. So I thought that was kind of cool. And then I also liked the getting people to the fan page because that was the window shopping. And I thought that was the best because it's like, well, people might not relate to your story, but secretly they'll keep visiting that fan page and they'll see other stories that might be more relatable. And then maybe they'll start asking more questions. And I think since I've been doing that, connecting people to the fan page and to just different people that I know that are thriving, even if they're not like my upline or like my closest thrivers, just other customers that maybe we have a mutual friend in, just connecting those people together and having them talk. Sometimes it feels better hearing it from another person instead of just one person that you see posting about it all the time. And I feel like that's helped me with some of the stuff that, approaching other people, like definitely getting them into somebody that they know and not just some random person, and that's been helpful.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. You're not the first person to say the hobby versus business thing. And that was a huge aha for me in the past too. And I decided when I came here, I'm like, I'm coming home to my son, damn it. So speaking of, yeah, I think we'll just, unless anyone else wants to share, we'll probably wrap it up for tonight. Maybe Kendra, if you want to add anything to close us out. Thank you for sharing, Ashley.
Yes, thank you so much, you guys, for hopping on. If anybody wants to share anything, just unmute yourself now and just holler so it's really loud. But anyways, you guys, I'm just really excited. Now is the time to really just make that decision. Draw that line in the sand. You are equipped to reaching your goals. You have everything that you need. It's just getting over that fear of hitting that send button. It's getting over that fear of rejection, because I think that is the number one thing that stops us. We're afraid of what people are going to say. We're afraid of what are people going to think. And guess what? At the end of the day, they just might not like mustard. They just might not want a breath mint that day. And it doesn't mean that they don't like you, but we're going to be told no. People are told no all the time, and it's okay. And guess what? You're going to live. I promise you. So grab the bull by the horns. If you guys need help, need ideas. Katie, do you have something you want to add, babe?
Yeah, and you kind of nailed it with what you just said. Like, I got to get out of my own way and get over my own fears and my own judgment. The number one thing that I wrote down, and it was like right off the bat, was if you're going to walk through a minefield, follow someone who's already walked it. And I mean, I don't really know what I'm doing, and I look to you and I look to Stacy all the time, and yeah, so that was my big one.
I love that. And thank you. You know, we appreciate that. And we're all here to help. And, you know, you have to start somewhere. And it's just like, I hate the analogy of riding a bike, because after you rode a bike for a while, it's easy, but something you haven't done for a while. If you haven't been having conversations with people, it's weird at first. It's awkward, okay? You don't know what to say, but you're not going to say the right thing to the wrong person or the wrong thing to the right person, okay? It just starts having those conversations. And if you haven't had a conversation in a while with someone, and I don't know if it was you or someone else that had asked that, go to their Facebook page. What are they up to? Are they sharing about being home? Are the kids playing out in the yard? Are they literally just littered with memes? Or are they sharing political posts, things like that? See where their headspace is at, because I can guarantee if you go to most people's social media, it's going to tell you a little bit about that frame of mind that they're in. Open the door with a conversation that pertains to what you see. The kids were outside today. Be like, oh my gosh, what a great day. I hope you guys had fun outside. What's the weather been like? Lead with always ask a question at the end so they respond. Once you piggyback back and forth, I don't send cold messages, but if people are interested, or let's say maybe it's like a fellow high school friend or something, be like, I don't know if you would be interested in what I have my hands on, but it's really helped me a lot through this crazy time, and I would love to share it with you. If it's not for you, that's okay. But maybe someone comes to mind that maybe I could help. And it takes the pressure off from them as well. So there's just a lot of different ways that you can start that conversation with people. You just have to start. And if I can, offer any advice at all, is to get some stuff up in your stories. Facebook and Instagram are favoring stories over everything. Try to take some pictures, and, you can borrow pictures. We have a whole stories album in Thrive Life, you guys. Stacy and I, you guys, if you have images, if you have stuff that you've been working on, add your stuff there. This is not just for us to put stuff up for you guys to use. It is a collaboration with all of us. Shoot, I stole Brittany's post today, and I think 10 people stole it from me. I didn't write that. I changed some of the words, crafted the graphic, ended up changing it out later. I put some nail polish on, and so I got my sweatshirt and took some pictures, and I added those into that album. So there's some pretty graphics for you guys to use. But if you have stuff that's working, share. Don't ever be afraid to share tips and ideas in the team page as well. I do know someone asked a question in there, and I won't answer it now. I'll make sure I answer it in there. Looking for before and after pictures, things like that and stuff. If we don't get a lot of answers, it's because it's not super active yet, but more active it will be with all of us contributing. We will have answers in there to be able to have those search capabilities. But right now, I'll probably pull something from the dream team. But anyways, I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for hopping on. It is 9:54. We have kept this under an hour, and Stacy will have the recording up for us soon. Wednesday night wine night, or whatever you're drinking. We just get together and collaborate on Wednesday nights for an hour. You guys can grab a glass of wine. We chit chat and talk about all things funny. Katie always brings a new dog on to show us, and it's always a good time. So if you guys are available, join us. And hop on tomorrow morning, Kayla Zoom, if you can. If not, that's okay. But like we said, you got 5 days to be in Messenger. Make it count, and let's freaking shout from the rooftops when you unlock your double compensation next month. Have a great night, you guys. Thank you so much, Stacy. Appreciate you.
See ya.
Don't forget to stop the recording.